The Nintendo Switch is 5 years old now. Time needs to slow down. You're gonna start kindergarten soon, little buddy. The Switch quickly became our favorite console over these last handful of years. No question about that. But imagine if we missed out on owning one of these. Ooh. Except that almost happened. Today's story is about the day we got our hands on the Nintendo Switch. However, getting your paws on this revolutionary console was more complicated than we anticipated. Expectations were high. The dreadful thoughts of defeat lingered in our minds. Not everything goes the way that you hoped it would, but the results of undesired dreams can sometimes be magical. There was one Switch remaining. It was in our sights, but we were heavily wounded from the long fight. Rain fell from the dark gray sky. The raindrops pierced our skin in open wounds, but the pain of losing the final remaining Nintendo Switch would be far greater. The Nintendo ninjas are making their move to the Switch. Desperate, I make my own move. Percy Sensei! What are you doing? What? Just trying to make the story a little bit more dramatic, appealing. There's nothing appealing about our lives. You got a point. Our journey was set in motion on October 20th, 2016. We woke up early on that Thursday morning to watch the trailer for the first look at Nintendo's new console that they codenamed the NX. The NX was first addressed to the public in March of 2015 when Iwata revealed that Nintendo was working on their next game console and that it was going to be a brand new concept. And boy, did Nintendo nail that on the head. Bam! Nintendo Switch. Chills raced through our entire bodies like ripples in water. Our phones were inches away from our face, mouths open in astonishment as we observed the beautifully crafted trailer and the innovative hybrid system. What a legendary moment. Next was playing the waiting game. When is the Switch release? What other games will we see? When will we know more about the capabilities and specifics of the console? All of those questions were answered a few months later, on January 12th, 2017, with a live presentation showcasing the Nintendo Switch. We were huddled around our TV in our jail cell college dorm, experiencing countless emotions throughout the entirety of the show. Joy-Con functionality and color variations, new and innovative games, trailers for big IPs, more info about games we previously saw, third-party support, something that the previous console lacked. Over 80 games in development and 50 companies working on new projects. All this information was too much to take in. Like when the teacher talks too fast and you can't keep up with the notes. Yo, chill Yoshiaki-san. Wait, hold on, was I supposed to write that down? However, something felt missing from our notes. The question on every viewer's minds, including Reggie's.
So, where is it?
Yeah, where is it? The most anticipated game at the time, after its immense positive feedback from E3 in 2016. The game that was delayed multiple times and was originally teased back in January 2013 for the Wii U. That question was also answered at the very end of the live stream. No video game trailer has ever made us feel the way that we did. The anticipation was met and then some. Our bodies could not comprehend the giant pit of sheer joy in our stomachs and the countless bone-chilling goosebumps. We both fought back the tears forming in our eyes and felt a massive knot in our throats. Ah, shit. Sorry. No, I get it. It's okay. Oh, God dang it, man. Give me some of those. If a 4-minute trailer gets you choked up and on the verge of crying, even after rewatching it years later, and dumping hundreds of hours into that game, then yeah, this trailer is a true masterpiece and should be displayed in a museum. Damn, we just witnessed the reveal of our first console that we have a chance at getting on a release day. Throughout our life, we received our consoles and handheld systems for birthdays and holidays, months or even years after their initial release dates. We never kept up to date on announcements and video game trailers until late into the Wii U's and 3DS's lifespan. So this was a neat little moment for us to be fully invested with the next generation of Nintendo gaming from the start on launch day, something we've never done before. However, there was a major announcement from the presentation that we didn't mention. The Switch's release date was on March 3rd. That's like, what? January, February, March. 2 months away? We were broke-ass college students and were not prepared for this occasion. It didn't help either that pre-ordering a Nintendo Switch was harder than tipping the iceberg in Club Penguin. It was impossible. We wanted the fun neon red and blue version, not the bland gray one. But the fun one was even harder to find. January flew by, February over, just like that. Wednesday, March 1st. It was a dreary, cold afternoon. Lingering around in our jail cell dorm, we desperately formulated a plan to get our filthy hands on the Switch. We need it on day one. We need it like bacon needs eggs. After hours of refreshing retail store links in hopes of available pre-orders and throwing out our plan to camp out at a GameStop miles away from our campus for a midnight release, the stress got to us and ultimately, we gave up. Thursday, March 2nd. One day away for the release of the Switch. Along with spring break starting that weekend, we may or may not have lied to our parents and told them our 2 classes got canceled on Friday. Yeah, sorry about that, Mom and Dad. And kids, don't skip classes. That is not cool. So they picked us up and we began our long 3.5-hour ride back home. The car was quiet as we sat in our seats in defeat. We had no energy to talk. All we could think about was not being able to play our Switch during spring break. Man, what perfect timing for the release too. Right at the beginning of break, and we didn't mention that our birthday was 3 days later. Oh, the adversity. We couldn't bear it. So the 2 of us simultaneously drifted off to sleep and accepted our fat L. GG's, early birds and scalpers. It's not the end of the world. I mean, come on, we'll get the console eventually. The sun goes down, and in the middle of our well-needed rest, Matt wakes up. My eyes, dry from sleeping in my contacts, barely open as I squint at a sign illuminating on a building in the distance straight ahead. Walmart? Why are we stopping at a Walmart? I ask our dad as I glance over at the time in the car. It's 10 o'clock at night and we're an hour away from home. Our mom told us that we're going to make an attempt to see if they have any available Switches for the midnight release. Oh, damn, okay. What a surprise. Walmart, 10:30 p.m. We speed walk our way over to the gaming and electronics section. And there and behold, a line. A line? A line for what? Special edition Ziploc bags? No. Turns out, it was for the Switch, believe it or not. Oh no. Are we late? We swiftly hopped in line and counted the people in front. It was about 6 or 7. Shoot. Now time for round 3 of the waiting game. It was the longest 2 hours as we awkwardly tried to not get involved in the game of heads up in front of us, constantly checking the time every 2 seconds and praying to the Nintendo lords and Walmart demons for having enough consoles. Come on, you Walmart bastards. And it didn't help that the Guardian Angel cashier made us nervous. He wasn't allowed to tell anyone how many Switches they had in stock and was dubiously pacing around like he was hiding something. Yeah, we're so screwed. What are the chances that there's going to be some left? After Mike and I waited for about an hour, there was a sign. The Guardian Angel gave us a fortuitous message. He slyly smirked, raised his thumbs up to half the line, and quietly said with a slight nod, "You guys are good." What a fucking legend. Internally, we were popping off. This unexpected last-ditch effort actually worked. The clock strikes 12, and the line starts moving. Oh man, it's right there. It's happening. We got one Nintendo Switch, a copy of Breath of the Wild, and you know what? Hell, we threw in Super Bomberman R and a couple amiibo. Bag secured, mission complete. Spring break and our birthday weekend is now officially set. We waited until Friday night to play our Switch, and of course we started off by playing Breath of the Wild. Starting this game was probably one of our favorite video game memories of all time. We were blown away and loved every second of it as we played all throughout the night. Except there was one minor problem circulating through our heads. There is no fucking way we can share this game, let alone the Switch. Share the joy?
We call this sharing the joy.
Our ass. We grew up sharing games and consoles, with the exception of having our own handhelds. But we're adults now. We need our own video games and systems, or there would be endless arguing over who gets to play the Switch next. Oh man, can you imagine the chaos? Aw, it would have been hell. Luckily for us, our birthday was literally right around the corner. Take a deep breath. Mom, can we have another Switch for our birthday? Please. With the help of our broke college wallets, she agreed. Spring break got even better, and our birthday was now set. Unfortunately, it was our 21st birthday. So we spent that day with our buddies and flew to Florida, where we had a kick-ass time, drinking all night, bar hopping. We went to this dude's beach house, and his name's Johnny, right? And inside, this huge... What are you doing? Trying to make our stories more appealing. You know, trying to sound cool. Who am I kidding? We spent the entirety of our 21st birthday being fucking degenerates. Oh man, we played Zelda for like 14 hours straight and ended the night playing Bomberman tabletop mode. Man, it was a good ass time. Getting up on a Bud Light Platinum, you had to have been there. We practically played the Switch every day throughout our break. It was a wonderful experience that we'll never forget. We were fortunate to luck out at a midnight release and snagged one for our birthday. And that's all thanks to our mom for making sure that we got a Switch or two no matter what. And our dad for sitting in a Walmart parking lot despite being tired from driving all day and having to work the next morning. So thanks for letting us be nerds. The next chapter of keeping up with the new generation was one we were eager to embark on. Staying up to date with the Nintendo news and purchasing new games when they release instead of waiting solely for Christmas or our birthday was something we were looking forward to. And boy, did we stay up to date. And also, we haven't changed 5 years later. We're still degenerates playing Breath of the Wild on our birthday.